Greetings Cancer. Hey guys, welcome to your August 2020 reading with me, and thank you for joining. I'll just give a quick reminder, please subscribe the channel, hit the notification button so that you can see all the uploads that come through. And if you have already subscribed before, please just check that your subscription is still in place, because some people are telling me that they're being automatically deleted for some reason. Just another weird part of the strangeness of 2020. So we march into August. We've been through quite a lot of really full-on astrological alignments and eclipses already this year. However, as we move into August, we're set for a new type of energies coming into the planet and into our collective conscious pathways. It may not be focused quite so much on the virus specifically, but it could be different types of energies that are coming in. So this year of 2020, it's a full-on big mother of a year. It's giving us everything it can to shift our perceptions, shift our directions, make us rethink strategies and consider and reevaluate our lives, quite simply. August is a little calmer in terms of what appeared to be the big astrological lineups, but there's a lot of stuff still going on in the background. I think we need to be aware for 2020 to keep our feet on the ground, to keep our heads logical and not too emotional in going forward and preparing for 2021. And I was actually going to say 2022. So let's see, who knows. This is for Cancer. This deck that we are using here is the John Holland Psychic Tarot. It is one of my favourite decks. I love the way he introduces colour into the reading through the colours of the chakra system. That's your first card out. It is number 3 of Pentacles, Recognition and Reward. A great way to start the month of August with some form of accolade or success coming your way. Now the number 3, in terms of, say, I Ching and some very old philosophies around the planet, the number 3 is a very etherical cosmic number that is not necessarily grounded into physical reality yet. So this could still be a situation that is yet to be fully developed in your life. Some of you may be sitting exams soon or coming to the end of a course or procedure that you've been working through, and the likelihood is that there will be some success that comes with it. Now this can also be working with 3 people in a job or a creative project, and it can pay dividends or rewards. Sometimes this is acknowledgement of work you have done, and it can go to the broader group or out into the collective, and your name might be noted somehow. So this can have a degree of notoriety or fame involved with it as well. It can also be something, if we come back a couple of steps, don't get ahead of ourselves too much, it can be being rewarded at work with something like a pay rise or a promotion as well. So let's see, what else have you got in store for Cancer that they could benefit by hearing, understanding or meditating with. Wow, number 17 is the beautiful Star. He calls it the Hope card. The Star is always benevolent and positive when it turns up in a reading. Now in this one, if you look closely in here, there's this little shadow figure or some sort of being or something. Now I've always traditionally, in most traditional tarot cards, said that this star, and in the traditional one there's a whole bunch of them in the background, they represent angelic frequencies or your guardian angels or spirit guides or people who have passed over into the spirit world. And I still think that's the case, especially with his little shadow figure here, as if it's someone who's not in the here and now. So this card can sometimes represent receiving messages from the other side or from the celestial realm or from your own spiritual awareness, from the collective conscious or synchronistic events. You may hear from people who have passed over, you may receive messages from them. Some of you could go to a medium or someone similar like that for a reading and experience some, quite personal or profound messages that come your way. The star also bodes well in as much that it gives positivity to any other card that turns up in a reading, and that you've got two straight away that have got this feeling of illumination and positivity. And given that this is a Pentacles card, this could be in the realm of your finances one way or another. So the star is a great card to receive in the reading, and it's one to take with you as the month of August evolves and utilize the power and the energy of it. Two more major arcanas. We have number 10 and number 9. So number 10 is the Destiny card, which is the Wheel of Fortune. This one doesn't come out that often, and I always say when it does turn up, something big is trundling away, or the wheels of something are turning slowly in your life. Number 9 is the Hermit card, and he represents this with solitude. So at the moment you've got 3 major arcanas that jumped out. Now, to be fair, in the readings that I've been doing for August, there haven't been that many major arcanas for that many of the other astrological signs so far. Yours seems to be boding with some sort of impetus or power. When you get these major arcanas, it's like the universe is making decisions or delivering agenda to your door that you haven't necessarily got the option of saying no to. It's things will start to happen and the progress will start to evolve, sometimes quite slowly, especially when you get the Wheel of Fortune and even cards like the Solitude, because they take time, and you can see that because they're number 9 and number 10 in the traditional pentacles, swords, cups and wands of the tarot deck. The number 10 is the number of change. It's the ending of a cycle. So this still represents to me some sort of ending of an evolutionary cycle. For you, it could be very personal, it could be spiritual, it could be an awakening or an awareness or an understanding or a growth point. I mentioned that at the beginning of the reading when I said that 2020 was a year that was redesigning our lives, making us think harder and change direction and reevaluate stuff. So I think having me said that at the very beginning and then getting these cards is like a double message for you. So a lot of you guys might be going through some major transitional episodes, and for you listening right now, it could be personal, it might be emotional, it might be relationship related. And for the person next to you or you listening, it could be business or finance or awareness. For the next one listening, it could be spiritual or philosophical. For someone else listening, it might be health related. The Solitude is about taking time out and understanding that when we are in these periods of aloneness or meditation or solitude, or could I perhaps rephrase that and say lockdown, these are the times that we can deploy our fears and worries and actually turn them into acceptance, knowledge, understanding, and push ourselves that little bit further and learn more about why the situations happen, what we can learn from them, how we are growing, and what direction we want to head ourselves in. So Solitude, or the Hermit card, can be a very profound time of awakening, awareness, and understanding as well. So yeah, it's a fairly big reading, and I think given that we have come out of the eclipses now and heading into the adjustment after the eclipse energy, this is a time of retrospection and realignment for many of us. We do have another really powerful eclipse coming in late November, December, and that also is going to rejig many of us. You're lucky you got this fulfillment of wishes, but it came out on the side, and in my mind when they come out on the side, they're not fully developed again. So I'm thinking it may still be associated with this card up here that I said may not have fully come into being. That's number 3, this is number 9, so these two could be connected. But the fulfillment of wishes is indeed the wish card. So I get the feeling that something's coming for you, that there is this happiness or this success or this like, wow, that's fantastic, I'm so happy I've achieved this, or that I am on this new journey, or I'm been accepted for this, or I have been promoted to that, or I have managed to achieve this. It could be a personal achievement that you've been working on for a very long time, such as a diploma or a university graduation or a career upgrade or a design that you've been formulating or making or doing, or even something you've been putting together in terms of your family too. It might be a family cohesion that's come together, or you might have been able to secure your family or help them feel more safe or bring them into some sort of fold as if you are nurturing them or looking after them. There's that possibility as well. But it does bode quite well. You've got some really positive energy cards that are coming in for your reading. Let's just see what else is here for Cancer from the John Holland deck. Oh, another one. This one's been out quite a lot in August. For the Northern Hemisphere, it is your summer, and I still think some of you are able to enjoy, rejoice in celebration, and it's another number 3. So there is some sort of hurrah coming, this feeling of success, and maybe you do celebrate the success with friends or family, and I'm still thinking this could be family. It could be mothers, grandmothers, sisters, aunts. It could be friends in the community or in your workplace, and it could be that 3 of you were involved in this project or promotion or teamwork or system implementation or something along those lines. It can also be celebratory in terms of a pregnancy, an engagement, a 21st, a school reunion, things like that as well. These 3 seem to be like really involved somehow together, and maybe it's the assimilation of the numbers, the 2 3s and the 9, I'm not sure. You'll have more of an idea personally about what that's talking to you about. This is for Cancer for August 2020. The big old year that I think changes direction of humanity. I did say quite some months ago that the 20th decade were going to be the most profound that we had experienced probably in all of our lifetimes. The 7 of Swords, he's also been out a little bit lately, and he's a little bit of an anomaly in terms of all of these other cards, and I think they are much more together than he is. He has come out on his own, and he will be the last card I draw from the deck. I give a warning when this guy is around. I generally tell people to be very cautious of your personal identity and information, especially if you're online and if you are using any online services. Don't give out your passport number, passwords or bank accounts. This man can turn up when we see global hacks through things perhaps like YouTube or Facebook or Instagram, also through political agendas, big bank accounts, government departments, things like that. We've already seen a couple in the month of July. There's been some in New Zealand actually that have happened in government institutions. So there could be more of this as we move into August and even up until the end of the year. So keep your own personal identity and property close to you. And the other message is, if any of you are online dating, be very wary of scam artists, because it's a big money-making business, and it gets millions and millions of dollars off people every year. So also be very careful about that. The other thing about the number 7 of Swords is he can be referring to someone in a workplace. There could be someone who is not honest and upfront. There could be a little bit of deceit going on in a workplace or within a group of friends. So just watch your back. Make sure you're cautious of who you take on as an ally. And also, if you're doing anything yourself that is a little bit, dodgy or secret or suspicious, don't. Because this is the time you will get caught. When this guy turns up, if you're doing something that's a bit dodge, you will probably get caught. So I would recommend giving it a miss. Now let's move into this tarot deck. This is the Morgan Greer deck. And we will see what's in store for Cancer for August. What would you like them to know, understand, meditate, or focus on? The Four of Pentacles, the traditional message of this card is that he's a little bit concerned sometimes about his finances, and he holds things a bit close to his chest. So don't fret over money. And I know that sounds very, sort of pig-headed to say that, because there are so many people at the moment who are having financial difficulties or who really do have to watch their finances. But this message is sort of saying to you that somewhere there's an okay feeling around your finances. And even this Three of Pentacles over here bodes fairly well in terms of stability, if you like, of a job or of payments or of money coming in. You also had the Wish card. You also had the Star card, which also gives this positivity and protection. This protection could be very useful in stopping someone like this having any negative effect on you. But coming back to the Four of Pentacles, sometimes this means money coming in, such as a loan, sometimes from a family member like an aunt or a grandparent. Sometimes it can be associated with a will or bequeathment. And I have also seen this turn up when people apply for a job interview and they get an interview at the very least, and sometimes the job is offered overseas, or in a different place than where you live. It does just bode a little bit of worry or tension around your money. If you're looking for extra money, you can usually find it when this card's around, and it might be in hidden things like jewellery you could sell off, or some art, or perhaps an old car you don't want, or furniture you don't want, or a television, or shares that you had forgotten about. So if you're wanting extra finances, dig around a little bit and you will probably be surprised at the extra cash that you could turn up in your hand. Oh my gosh, do you see that? That's the Nine of Cups twice. That's double the wishes, double the value, double the luck. It's known as the luck card. Some people say he's a little bit smug and, a little bit, oh me, how lucky I am type thing. So some readers give this card a little more grounded feeling, and they say, don't get full of your own boots and don't go bragging about life when this card comes out. Don't be too smug and make other people jealous or envious. But I have to say, when you get the Wish card come out twice, there's something big going on in the background, and it generally bodes well for you. And we've seen that. You've also got the Star. You've also had the other signs of success. So, wow, what else has come out here? The Two of Swords, the Five of Wands, and the Knight of Cups. So the Knight of Cups is kind of more like your own energy, the water sign energy. He can sometimes be the sign of new love coming in, so relationships, romance, giving love from the heart, or being passionate about something. Now, given that these three came out together, this is often about our career or things that we are creative with in life or passionate about. This card, the Two of Swords, is about making a decision or being a bit stuck about making the decision and not sure what direction to go in. So that Two of Cards really suits this energy here of the Solitude or the Hermit card. Going to take time out to think about your decision before making this change in direction, which of course is also what the Wheel of Fortune or the Destiny card is about. It's kind of like changing direction. So there's a bigger story taking place in the background, and it may have to do with a lot of you with your career or your creative or passionate sectors in life. Now this number 5 does represent a little bit of competition, that other people around could be competing for the same ideas, thoughts, jobs, people, relationships, energies in your life. So if there's new love coming in, for some of you, new romance, who knows, there could be other people also looking at the same person with attraction. It could also be that this person is looking at you and thinking, wow, you know, I'm quite attracted to this person. And other people could also be looking at you. In the workplace, this can mean that there are people putting ideas ahead of yours, and they could be projects that are uplifted, or that bosses or companies see them as being worthwhile and valuable. So you have to be able to offer yourself at your very best when this card comes out, so that you stand out above the crowd. So it's all about making sure you are putting your best foot forward, and you are producing the results that are required, and that you are addressing the situation, whether it be a job application, whether it be promoting yourself within a friendship or family or a new relationship, but you're doing it in the best way possible, and you're giving off the best vibes, and you're making yourself the most appealing option for other people to choose. This is a decision that you need to make. Do you go left or right, up or down? It could require a little bit more thinking, or going back into quiet time to find the answer about that. One more card maybe from here, just for Cancer to see what else is coming for August. And remember, these readings, I find, are not just limited to the exact month of the year. They can often interflow into the previous month, or out and beyond into the next month as well. So this is for Cancer for August. The Hanged Man, very much like the number 9, the Hermit, similar energies to this. You know, pondering which way do I go, because he is also at a crossroads, and he takes his time to make the decision through illumination of the mind. So it's very much about thinking, about postulating, about seeing the bigger picture, exploring things that you have yet perhaps not considered, or pathways you haven't considered. There's a lot of information coming into your mind. All 3 of these cards are involving thinking, ideas, thoughts, concepts, and, you know, like change more than anything, I feel. This could have to do with the eclipse that we had back in June and July, and it might be making you aware of the need for change in direction. As I say, this could be personal, it could be relationships, health, finance, career, personal beliefs, spirituality, physicality. Sometimes when this card appears, we see pains or in the head, like headaches, eye strain, sinus problems, ears making like strange noises, or hearing things that you might not have ever heard before. So messages from spirit, angelic messages, synchronistic messages. It can also refer to back pain, especially through the shoulders and down through this part of the body as well. So interesting reading. A lot going on for you guys. Let's have a look at what's going on in this deck. This is a Doreen Virtue Healing deck, Oracle cards. So this is for Cancer for August. What would you like to offer them? A little bit slow to come out of here, aren't they? They're thinking about it. This is for Cancer for August. What is it that you would like them to? Yep, I'm just talking about the ears, and I said to you, you might hear different things in a different way. So it says particularly notice messages that appear as sounds, music and words from both external sources and within your mind. These messages are real answers to your prayers. So I think a lot of you are going to have mind involvement in this month. We're getting so many of those messages come through, and that card took a long time to come, so they were making sure you were poignantly aware of the message for that ear chakra. Some of you may need that area of the body opened or developed a little bit further as well, because you may have some really big messages coming in, or some great inspirational ideas that are there for you to pick up. If you get nervous, focus on service. So if any of you do feel any nerves, or, you know, just the stress of this crazy year that we're in, It says here, put your entire intention on answering the question, how can I make the world a better place? And the law of attraction will automatically take care of your needs. So again, you're being looked after, and that might be coming from the celestial or the angelic realm as well, there to help you. Emotional sensitivity. Honour and respect your deep sensitivity, as it is a gift to us all. And I do think that we know that Cancers are very sensitive people. So some of you may be feeling heightened emotions or sensitivity at this point in time. And it is just part of the journey and part of change in particular. And this is a very unsettling year that we're going through. And in particular, you guys with this Destiny card that came out, this denotes change coming. So just roll with it. Allow your feelings to be there and acknowledge them. You know, don't run from them, don't lock them away, but don't let them overtake the opportunities that are around, because there are many of them. And there we see the throat chakra or chakra. So we're still in the head area, and I've talked to you a lot about how I feel this month was really getting into your head, or that you were receiving a lot of energy through the head area. And it says the angels are helping you lovingly speak your truth. So this card can be about becoming free from something that might have trapped you back or held you back, or that you've been too afraid to talk about, mention, or speak of. This can be in terms of communication as well, and within relationships, so that you feel you are more able to communicate your desires, needs, wants, and truths. Now, sometimes this can be personal relationships. So if there has been a block in a relationship with you, you will feel that you have more ability to speak, but also that the other person or people will listen. Because sometimes we can speak our truth and nobody hears. They're not interested. They won't listen. So there's no point in that either. So speaking has to be matched with people hearing it as well. The other thing that this can be insinuating is that you might have overcome any fear or emotional insecurity in terms of asking for things like promotions, or talking to work colleagues about situations at work. If there's been bullying going on, or an unfairness, or an imbalance at all, you might feel that you have more emotional strength to deal with this, even though we see there is some emotional sensitivity in the background and a little bit of nervousness. These two cards represent the more timid aspect and the more like, I want to hide away a bit, but this one is encouraging you to stand up and be heard and be this person of belief and understanding and strength in who you are and what you want and what you deserve. We all deserve to be treated with respect and fairness and dignity, and to experience love as well. So I think this throat chakra card could mean a lot of different aspects for each of you individually. For some it's personal, for some it's about relationships, for some it's about career opportunities or moves, or bringing balance into a workplace if there has been any out of balance personalities involved. And for others this can be a health perspective too, about speaking up about your health. If you have felt that doctors weren't listening, or that you weren't getting the right kind of health care, you know, you might have asked for, can you send me to this specialist, or do you have anyone who can help me with this problem? This might be a time where you can stand up and say, look, it's not happening. You need to give me more of this, or I need to find out how to fix this, or who can help me solve this. So I feel that the speaking up is going to be very broad in many different areas. It seems to have a strength with it, and it's definitely quelling any fears or nervousness that you may have had over doing this previously with groups of people or situations. So there we are, Cancer, a really nice reading. And I mean, I don't think I've ever seen before ever the two of the wish cards come out, and also the star to embellish that extra energy for you as well. So focus on these three gorgeous cards and the magnificent power of success and energy that is coming through that. And in fact, we can even add this one, because it says recognition and reward as well. So those four are mighty powerful even though this one is probably part and parcel of the whole conglomeration of energy that's moving through there. So I wish you all a wonderful, successful, wish-filled August ahead, and may your dreams come true, and may you be, you know, full of aspiration to traverse the rest of this year and into next year with great excitement and ideas and positivity. So thank you again everyone for subbing, for liking the video and leaving your comments. It's really wonderful when you do. Listen to your moon and rising signs as well, because you'll be surprised what you hear in them. So be safe everyone, be well, be happy and be kind to each other. Namaste.